There is a way to return the dream. So many of us recall. Call of the wild, call of a child, call of a garden wall. Turn it around, turn it inside out. Soon others will come. Some as they wake, some by mistake, some in a chain of love. A primal longing, it's in our bones. You can't miss something that you've never known. Hearts in the world are waiting, away. Ah, yeah, ah, yeah. Hearts in the world are waiting. Spirit is one, scattered before the sun, elusive space and time. End of an age, end of a cage, end of a paradigm. In body bound, where it can't be found, we carry them along. It isn't far, it is a garden. It is where we are one. Must be home. You can't miss something you've never known. Hearts in the world are waiting, away. Ah, yeah, ah, yeah. Hearts in the world are waiting.
Hello, you family. I'm going to sing a song with you called Shine on Me. It's an amazing spiritual that anybody can sing. And in these days, when the things that we're dealing with, the feeling separate and all of that, and things seem so hard, this is one of those songs that you just throw your head back, put it in your medicine kit. All you have to do is ask. And here's how it goes. Shine on me, oh, shine on me. Let the light from the lighthouse shine on me, oh, shine on me. Yes, shine on me. Let the light from the lighthouse shine on me. Lift me up, oh, lift me up. Let the light from the lighthouse lift me up. Oh, lift me up. Yes, lift me up. Let the light from the lighthouse lift me up. Oh, hold, yes, hold me close. Let the light from the lighthouse hold me close. Yes, hold me close. So hold me close. Let the light from the lighthouse hold me close. Oh, shine on me. Yes, shine on me. Let the light from the lighthouse shine on me. Oh, shine. Yes, shine on me. Let the light from the lighthouse shine.
Come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again, come. Come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again, come. We're going to speed it up. Come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again, come. So we're not going to have one here today.
All right.
Oh,
Bam.
Vamp. Good morning. Well, this is a congregation that is built on covenant, not creed. We don't all think alike. We don't all believe alike, but we do all hold it important that you're true to your spiritual path, that how we live in this world matters, how we treat one another matters, and all of that stuff is part of our values that we have together and covenant with one another to behave respectfully towards others, to do what we can to promote peace and justice and compassion in the world. And for those reasons, whoever you are, whatever your age, race, origin, orientation, background, status, ability, identity, if you care to be here with us in mutuality, you are always welcome. Does our board representative have some announcements today?
Good morning, everyone. Good to see you all. Just real quick, say if there's anybody that is new here today joining us, if you haven't signed in on our guest book in the back, it's on the table back there. Just sign in for us briefly if you would. We'd really appreciate that. First thing, we have our 2026 pledge drive underway. There are many ways that you can give. Everything that you see here that happens, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, and there's a lot it takes to make it happen. And we do, I don't know if any of you think we're a volunteer church. We're not. We do have paid staff, so we do need some help with that as well. So we have some pledge forms. I believe we're in the process of getting out, but you can also, one of the easiest ways is just to go on your phone here onto the website, and you can make a donation really easily there. Do we have a placard scanner thing in the back? All right, QR code's coming. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
And the pledge forms as well. Yes, we'll have those out. Okay, so also there are some things going on. We do have a Taste of Interfaith. It is Sunday, December 7th from 3 to 5. It's going to be at the Mount Canaan Baptist Church. That is something that we take a part in as a church, and anybody that could go, we'd greatly appreciate that. Mitten Tree for Maggie Lee. We have the blankets and coats that we're doing, the drive this year. So if anybody has anything they'd like to bring, we're collecting them here at the church, right? As you can see over here in the corner, we have a tree going. It's looking nice. We'd like to see it. It's a little cold right now, so if we can get more on there, that'd be great. Highland Blessing Dinner also does the first Thursday of every month. So our day is December 4th. So please come out and help us feed the community. Let's see, our giveaway the plate for November is the Food Bank of Northwest Louisiana. Let's see, and our volunteer of the month, Jennifer Russell. We can't say enough about Jennifer Russell and everything that she does. What doesn't she do? She has literally, since I've been here, I've seen her do everything other than, I don't think I've seen her play the piano. Do you play the piano? But she might learn if we needed it. If we needed it, she might learn. She's just part of everything. She's always up here volunteering. She has her whole family up here all the time. Game night, buildings and grounds, anything you can think of. Jennifer's here. So thank you, Jennifer. Okay. And also there's all kinds of other cool stuff that we do as a church. We have Saturday morning meditations. We have What do we have? The lunches during the middle of the week. We have religious education before the service, which covers a lot of cool stuff. We have the children's education. We have all kinds of stuff. The Salty Chalice goes on Friday night. We have game night once a week or once a month. So please get involved. If there's things that you'd like to see us do, please come and talk to us. On the back of your order of service, you can find the names of board members. You can come talk to Barbara, talk to Susan, or some people that you see regularly and say, hey, you know what? I noticed that we're not doing this. Maybe this is something we can do, and we'd love to be open to that. All right? Thank you very much.
By the way, that is our volunteer of the month starting next week for December is Mr. Steve Nixick. So, yay. And he pretty much covered everything. I just wanted to reinforce the invitation to the Taste of Interfaith. It's next week at Mount Canaan Baptist Church, which is at 1666 Alston Street in Allendale. There is if you're getting the emails, there is a registration just so they kind of know who's coming. And we are pledged to bring at least 7 people from our church. If we bring a bunch more, that's great. They just want to know. So talk to me if you'd like to know more about it. Thanks.
So let the pew hold you up. Let your muscles relax as you can. Take some comfortable breaths. And let us lift our thoughts to matters of worth, which is the Old English, I think, root of the word worship. Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me. Spirit of creative good, be with us when we are afraid. Grant us the courage to do what we have to do. Grant us the peace that passes understanding. When we fail to find courage or peace, may we find compassion for our siblings who also fail. May we sometimes win the struggles and reach the goals that we work for. And may we then know both pride, humility, and compassion. May we be open to the candor of old age and the freshness of childhood. May we give good memories, and may we receive good memories. May we have faith, oh God of our hearts and many understandings. be merciful to us and help us be merciful to one another and to ourselves. With our invocation of the spirit of life and the spirit of creativity, and as we cast our questing and curious minds toward the unfolding mystery of truth and compassion, here we begin a lesson. If there is to be peace in the world, there must be peace in the nations. And if there is to be peace in the nations, there must be peace in the cities. If there is to be peace in the cities, there must be peace between neighbors. And if there is to be peace between neighbors, there must be peace in the home. If there is to be peace in the home, there must be peace in the heart. This is now attributed to Anonymous. The worship web team, which is the people that put online readings for our combination of churches, the Unitarian Universalist Association of Congregations, added this footnote to that reading. This quotation is often attributed to Lao Tzu, including in our gray hardback hymnals, Singing the Living Tradition, where it appears as reading number 602. Lao Tzu is the possibly apocryphal author of the Tao Te Ching, whose text is available in Chinese and English in many places, including the Chinese Text Project and Project Gutenberg. But the quotation above does not seem similar to anything in the Tao Te Ching. The passage that comes closest is chapter 54, which mentions the importance of De in the self and family, the village, the nation, and the world, but which does not make any connection between these levels of society, which is the whole point of the quotation above. Also, the quotation lists these levels of society from larger to smaller instead of, while chapter 54 lists them from smaller to larger. Further, De is usually translated as virtue or morality. We found no version of that translates into peace. On the other hand, the quotation is similar in structure to what is called the Great Learning in the 4 books of Confucianism. Here is the relevant passage in English translation from the Chinese Text Project. The ancients who wished to illustrate illustrious virtue throughout the kingdom first ordered well their own states. Wishing to order well their states, they first regulated their families. Wishing to regulate their families, they first cultivated their persons. Wishing to cultivate their persons, they first rectified their hearts. Wishing to rectify their hearts, they first sought to be sincere in their thoughts. Wishing to be sincere in their thoughts, they first extended to the utmost their knowledge. Such extension of knowledge lay in the investigation of things. Things being investigated, knowledge became complete. Their knowledge being complete, their thoughts were sincere. Their thoughts being sincere, their hearts were then rectified. Their hearts being rectified, their persons were cultivated. Their persons being cultivated, their families were regulated. Their families being regulated, their states were highly governed. Their states being rightly governed, the whole kingdom was made tranquil and happy. In summary, we found no evidence that the peace in the heart quotation was written by Lao Tzu, who was Taoist. Instead, it may have been inspired by this Confucian text, and yet it is different enough from the great learning that it cannot be said to even loosely translate from that. We feel it is best attributed to Anonymous. There ends that lesson. Unitarian Universalists are not often concise. But let me add this from Ma Teresa Tet Castillo Gallardo. Let us reach the place of self, the place that is not alien to truth. Let us wash over with peace and serenity, with fierce longing for light and heart, with living strength flowing in our veins, bringing ourselves into fearlessness and into trust. I may need to explain that this week I lost a dear friend. Many things about spiritual life will remind me of her. And if I may say, she was the most radiant and exemplary human I have ever known. So pardon me a bit. Do we have someone who's willing to volunteer to help with our first part of the chalice lighting this morning? Grumps, young folks, anybody? You can join him too, Miss. Thank you. Thank you very much.
We like this town to celebrate Unitarian Universalism. This is the church of the open mind. This is the church of the helping hands. This is the church of the loving heart. Together with mind, hands, and heart, we care for the earth and for each other.
Thank you. All that we have ever loved and all that we have ever been stands with us on the brink of all that we aspire to create. A deeper peace, a larger love, a more embracing hope, a deeper joy in this life that we share. May the light of this chalice and all it stands for lead us into a deeper existence in which our efforts for peace, for justice, and compassion may grow expansively and with inspiring efficiency. Would you please join me in the unison affirmation? Rise in body or spirit and say it with us as you will. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve human need, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the sacred. Thus do we covenant with each other. Our opening hymn will be "Gonna Lay Down My Sword and Shield." There we go. Unlaid my sword and shield down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. Gonna lay my sword and shield down by the riverside. Study for no more. I ain't gonna study war 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 no more. Gonna lay my burden down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay my burden down by the riverside. Study no, I ain't gonna study no more. I ain't gonna study for 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 no more. Gonna shake around the world. Can y'all try to do that? Okay, let's stop singing for a second. If you can take a couple of steps, you can shake hands with folks while we're saying we're going to shake hands around the world. We might actually do this. And before you wipe your face, be sure you do some sense. Ready to sing? Gonna shake around the world. Down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside, on a shake around the world. Down by the riverside, study more, no, I ain't gonna study more no more. 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 I ain't gonna study more.
start out by reminding us that this is the first Sunday of Advent, which is a season on the Christian calendar, and we are waiting for the birth of Jesus. In the Unitarian Universalist tradition, we do come from Christianity, so it's a part of us. And I also like to think of it as a time for us to kind of prepare for love, for hope, for joy, and today for peace to be born in us. What? Excuse me. What is your definition of peace? What does that mean to you? And we'll accept answers from all ages. Contentment. What else? Calm. Acceptance. Being in the present. These are some good answers. Anybody else? Yeah.
Externally safe.
Externally safety. That's a really good point. It takes those basic needs, right? It takes feeling safe to feel at peace. Well, I wanted to tell you a story this morning. It's an old story. I've told it before, but as my father would say, you haven't heard it today. There was a king who decided to have a contest. He wanted people in his kingdom to paint a portrait of peace. He wanted to know, what does peace look like? And so he got, we'll show the first picture, the title slide. He got a lot of things kind of like this. You know, you have the peaceful lake, the peaceful little cabin, the beautiful trees, serene setting. You could see yourself there, right? And you would think, this is peace. And the king was very complimentary about all of these paintings. He said they're all really very beautiful, but I'm not quite sure that this paints the portrait of peace. So go to the next one. This is the one he chose. The waterfall, the really crashing huge waterfall coming down the side of the mountain. Lightning, thunder, it was obviously a huge storm. Why do you think he chose this, of all paintings, as a portrait of peace? Can you guess? Chaos is natural and it makes Kevin feel calm. And that's why he teaches RU, that's right, religious education. And we thank him for that. Anybody else? Why do you think this? I'm so sorry, would be a portrait of peace.
At night, when I'm trying to get to sleep, I usually turn on something that's running water.
Oh, interesting.
Calms me down.
The sound. The sound of it would bring you peace, would make you peaceful. Yeah, Matt. You said the first one's a picture of an ecosystem, and ecosystems are always at war? Yeah, ecosystems are changeable, right? And part of that changeability, maybe this brings a certain peace. And all of these are really good answers. And the king had a special reason. Do you see something? You might have to really look carefully. Is there something? little bitty. Yeah, you can go ahead and go to. And I apologize to people at home. Yeah, she's already. There's in the midst of all of this, in the midst of all of this turmoil, there is a tiny little dove sitting on her nest, very calm. And so the artist painted all of this tumult and all of this swirling, roiling storm around this bird. And then there she is, sitting calmly on her nest. Because does peace mean that everything is always going to be perfect and calm and wonderful and serene like the lake and the cabin? Is that what true peace is all the time? Sometimes we need a way to have that peace inside of us, even when the world around us is more like that waterfall in that storm. And that's where our spiritual practices come in. That's where our community comes in. We find ways to bring that peace inside, so that inside of us somewhere is the dove sitting on her nest. Are we singing them out? Okay, good. We're going to go ahead and sing the children and youth to their class. Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the spirit of love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go.
This reading is from Stephen Schick out of his book, Be the Change, Poems, Prayers, and Meditations for Peacemakers and Justice Seekers. Nature provides ready metaphors for peace and justice. Jesus' peaceful kingdom is described as a mustard seed that grows into a large bush, providing shelter to all. The Hebrew prophet Amos cried for justice to roll down like water, and we sing, I've got peace like a river and strength like a mountain. But it takes more than mere words to join nature to action. Truly experiencing ourselves as a force of nature is in all its varied circumstances something beyond just symbolism. The next breath I take is not a metaphor. It is, if I am mindful of it, a reminder that I myself am a force of nature, linked to all that exists on our planet, this breathing planet. In many First Nation American traditions, the medicine wheel honors the natural forces that can guide us into harmony with all living things. Our suffering, our victories, and the passions and beliefs that move us to action are part of a larger system that appears at times to seek harmony and at times to tear us apart. In engaging each fully, we become forces of nature. Officials laughed when Wangari Maathai said that the women of her country would plant 15 million trees. The natural strength of the trees they planted began flowing through the women who planted them, and they discovered their own power. Through the simple planting of trees, women who lived in poverty and despair began to transform the landscape and themselves. The trees helped reduce soil erosion and water pollution. They provided shade and produced sustainable crops. Wangari Maatai's vision transformed the landscape of Kenya, and the Green Belt movement she started has spread to more than 30 countries. And this was written at least 10 years ago. Growing and producing enough food for their families gave Kenyan women a greater vision and unexpected courage. They began to challenge their leaders' dictatorial and environmentally destructive policies. They faced brutal oppression with the strength they could not have imagined when the first tree was planted. When you plant a tree and you see it grow, Maatai said, something happens to you. You want to protect it, and you value it. The same thing happens with a vision. May we each find new vision planted within us to spread. After a moment of peace, you're welcome to come light a candle for concern or joy.
A light
All kinds of things around us these days are passing for peace that are really anything but. Like agreements, some are attempting to impose on others that those others had no part in and therefore feel no obligation to honor. Oppression and domination being called kindness and civil order. It's sometimes easier for us to look at those external circumstances and say, there's the problem. It doesn't lie with us, but rather them. Large matters that incorporate people of all sorts and nations around the globe, power structures at every level. That's not the only place where the idea of peace is being falsely advertised. False, temporary senses of security or tranquility that mask underlying issues rather than genuine, lasting peace are all over the place. For example, anywhere there's an absence of conflict without having reached a resolution. A situation where a conflict is simply suppressed or ignored rather than addressed and resolved, the underlying tensions remain and can surface later. Or any place or any time we are in avoidance or denial, running from problems, fears, and anxieties for a temporary feeling of relief, though the issues still exist and often grow worse over time. And then there's keeping silent or going along for the sake of maintaining the status quo, comfort. Whenever individuals or groups silence their true feelings or concerns to maintain an outward appearance of harmony, there will be a building internal resentment and inauthentic relationships. Another example is counting on favorable circumstances to generate peace. This is a state in which those who can only feel a sense of calm when external factors align with that, like health, financial stability, or having everything go one's way, this peace quickly disappears when circumstances change and really can't be called peace at all. Then there is that sense of peace that comes with feeling like you have control of things or the capacity to manipulate circumstances to your preference. Attempting to control every aspect of one's environment or manage people to prevent anything disquieting from happening is a losing battle and is far from open, accepting, inviting, compassionate, and frankly, that lacks insight or foresight. True peace typically requires accepting that not everything is controllable. Making any superficial fixes can also feel in some ways like peace. Applying temporary external solutions to really deeper internal injuries, whether at a personal level or a corporate level, is like putting a Band-Aid over a malignant cancer, and clearly fails to address the root cause of the distress. Another form is investing in all sorts of things to make the outside attractive or desirable or appear together, when what's really underneath can be selfishness, low self-esteem, hatefulness, things that genuinely make our internal climate unattractive, maybe ugly. If we convince ourselves that we are peaceful because we like the way we look on a given day, that's the game we're playing. And then finally, there is the wonderful world of distraction and numbing. Employing constant activity, entertainment, or substances, drinking, drugs, or any kind of addictive behavior, work, shopping, gambling, exercising, thinking ourselves at peace because we're too busy being otherwise occupied to notice our own anxiety or deep sadness or dissatisfaction with self or life. That isn't peace. This is not serenity or contentment. Perhaps the source of our opening quotation has been dubious, but I think the underlying sentiment has considerable merit. Surely, there will never be peace in the world if individuals cannot find it within their own capacity. You may recall that in this several-week portion of our year, we're in what we call our Jewish and Christian heritage season of study. For those who are new here, we go through various general topics during the course of a school year. We move from Unitarian Universalist identity to Jewish and Christian heritage, to world religions, to peace, social justice, the interdependent web of existence, and then to personal spiritual growth and development. Right now, we're in Jewish and Christian heritage in both our adult religious education and our children's religious education classes. And we try to mirror those topics in some way during the worship service. So it is a passage from Philippians in the Christian New Testament that initially inspired my little talk or topic this morning. The passage is attributed to Paul, Apostle Paul, and his companion and close disciple Timothy, as a letter to what they called the saints, the overseers, and deacons of the Christian church in Philippi. The passage is from Philippians 4, the 4th chapter of Philippians, and verses 4 through 7. I'm going to read the New Revised Standard Version and then I'm going to read the Jerusalem Bible so that you can compare those two versions. The New Revised Standard is really very close to the King James. It takes out the Old English stuff, but it's very close. Rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I will say rejoice. Let your gentleness be known to everyone. The Lord is near. Do not worry about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Finally, beloved, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is pleasing, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, and if there is anything worthy of praise, think on these things. The Jerusalem Bible. I want you to be happy, always happy in the Lord. I repeat, what I want is your happiness. Let your tolerance be evident to everyone. The Lord is very near. There is no need to worry. But if there is anything you need, pray for it, asking God for it with prayer and thanksgiving. And that peace of God, which is so much greater than we can understand, will guard your hearts and your thoughts in Christ Jesus. Finally, brothers, fill your hearts with everything that is true, everything that is noble, everything that is good and pure, everything that we love and honor, and everything that can be thought virtuous or worthy of praise. Now, here is what I come up with when I run it through my personal universal translator, which is something we talk about needing as Unitarian Universalists when we read through other texts in order to make things useful for ourselves. There is always some kind of joy or contentment there to be found in that transcendent principle of universal love and compassion. So find yourself some deep joy. Then let your contented spirit show. Carry it inside and out for others to see. From there, your anxiety will diminish. If there are things you genuinely need, carry them into contemplation, meditation, visualization, and supplication. Allow yourself to ask of that which you know to be greater than you, resolution. Trust that, and your heart and mind will find ease. You will come to know a peace so profound that it is inexplicably unshakable. Instead of filling your mind with worries and anxiety, fill your mind with things that are good, true, loving, noble, and worthy of praise. Peace doesn't come from denying what is. We know that. Or trying to somehow bury it and pretend it doesn't exist. And it isn't an outside, exterior job primarily. The exterior manifestations are far more beautiful, effective, and efficient, and I believe probably longer lasting when they're rooted in a spirit that has learned how to find that peace within itself. and find its way to that peace when it needs it. The storms of life will always be with us, whether greater or smaller. The eye of the storm can also stay with us. From there, who knows how much we can accomplish, what good we can do. Let us continue to cultivate and hone these desirable traits with commitment to our own spiritual practices. Again, I share Martet Gallardo. Let us reach the place of self, the place that is not alien to truth. Let us wash over with peace and serenity, with fierce longing for light and heart, with living strength flowing in our veins, bringing ourselves into fearlessness and into trust. I'm going to do pieces, of 2 songs for our closing hymn. And my transition from one to the other may be a bit clumsy. But if you will rise in body or spirit, one more step, we will take one more step till there is peace for us, and everyone will take one more step. One more prayer, we will say one more prayer. It means to act in a courageous, trusting way toward the other, perhaps a stranger, someone whom we may fear as the unknown. This is passing the peace. Passing the peace is to wish healing and greater understanding, change and wholeness for those who may have hurt us, and at last to forgive ourselves. To offer this blessing to those around you is to love your neighbor and yourself, and to be at peace with God as you understand God. Let us now place our hands together, and if you will, rise in body or spirit. Slowly look about you, waiting if necessary, and when you find the eyes of someone else, inside, say, "The God in me sees the God in you." Bow slightly and say, "Peace be with you." You will probably have to turn more than one direction. Peace be with you. 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 Pax vobiscum. Peace be with you. May we go in peace. May we go with courage, and may we go with compassion for a world that needs it, finding the peace in ourselves and then spreading that into the world. To be, so be it.
Precious Lord, take my hand, if you know it, lead me on, lest I stand. I am tired, I am weak, I am worn. Through the storm, through the night, lead me on to the light. Take my hand, precious Lord.